This is my story of how I fell in love with cleaning, and I'm sharing it in hopes to inspire you to fall in love with it as well. I actually used to be quite a messy person, like really messy. Dirty bowls and dishes next to my bed for weeks, and that would not bother me. That is something that changed dramatically in the past few years, and everything started, as a lot of things in my life, with my yoga journey. And I thought, what better way to share my love for cleaning than taking you on a spring cleaning day with me. My transformation into becoming a clean person has begun with my yoga journey actually. I received a gift of a yoga mat, this guy, and the instruction clearly stated that I need to wash it every time after my practice. And of course I took it seriously because it was like the most precious thing I've owned. Every day I would clean this mat after my practice. It seemed very small, it's just a mat, and manageable, so I really enjoyed taking care of it. I noticed how nice it makes me feel to come to this clean space that is actively being taken care of. It became part of my lifestyle, part of my practice. Maybe there's one area in your home that you really enjoy or that you use every day. From my experience, it does really help to just commit to that very minimal effort, but create consistency with it, create that practice that you keep coming back to. That will make that space so much more pleasurable and kindle that real appreciation for cleanliness and taking care of something that serves you as well. For me, my gateway was definitely that yoga mat. It's filled up. And yoga has actually affected my relationship with cleaning a lot because it introduced to me that virtue of cleanliness. Something that I would do on the mat with my inner state, letting go of things, clearing the space for the new, for the moment. This is definitely something that trickled on the outside as well. Now my whole perspective on the cleaning has changed. It has become a ritual, something that I look forward to, something that I really enjoy. And if cleaning seems to you like a chore, maybe making it more of a ritual is something that you could benefit from. I love making myself a nice cup of tea. Something to sip on is very nice. It definitely keeps me going. I think I'm gonna make some pandan tea because I've been really liking it lately, and I'm gonna mix it with a little bit of jasmine tea. Maybe a snack because I'm cleaning all day, I'm not gonna cook as well, so you know, just snacking is something that helps me to keep my energy nice and balanced, as well as setting up some vibes. I love to pump some music or listen to an audiobook. Right now, every time I do any chore, I listen to Harry Potter in Chinese because that's my target language right now. So yeah, that's my vibe for today. This is my snack, tea, and my favorite protein bar that tastes like a candy. I eat it as a candy, but you know, it's also good because it's protein bar. I'm obsessed with this one. So good. Now I clean because I want to, not because I should. I really do feel like a fresh, clean, not cluttered space is where I thrive the most. I feel at ease, I feel like the ideas come easier to me, I feel much more inspired and excited to just exist and live right now. Before, I would just not notice that all of those aspects of my house being disorganized and stale are contributing to my poor state of mind. And that's why I love cleaning, because I know that this is the space of fertile ground. This is where I will be my optimal self, and my space will be supporting me because I put a little bit of effort that one day to make it nice and welcoming. Ooh, that was dirty. It's oily up there. So satisfying. It's like my mind finally has room to exhale. It's a workout. Woo. Good thing I do yoga, man. And something I've noticed from my personal experience with building that habit of just cleaning my space more regularly, you are more in tune with your needs and goals when you're mindful of your environment. Sometimes that's the last thing I want to do, to clean, but I hype myself up and I do it because I know that sometimes that is literally the issue of me not feeling settled or at peace. I've been wanting to get rid of all of that spider web and dust on the ceilings and curtain rods, so let's take care of that. I heard this saying a while ago, leave it better than you found it, and this is something that really resonated with my journey in exploring cleanliness through yoga, this kind of act of service that genuinely enriches you from within. And that is something that of course I practice at home, but I also found it being very enriching outside of my home. I know that might sound gross if it's not just your home and you go to places and you kind of try to clean up or do something nice. It's definitely not everyone's cup of tea, but this is something that I really enjoy, that brings me pleasure even if I'm never coming back there again. That beauty of giving, that beauty of caring is something I used to not understand. And my house, I may be clean, but everywhere else, you know, I don't really care. But after exploring that kind of value and testing it out, I really see how instead of that practice taking away from me, from my time, from my efforts, it actually gives me back that kind of satisfaction, that kind of just genuine fulfillment of that connectedness to everything. This is our home and it does not end at our four walls. And cleanliness starts to feel like an act of service, act of giving that is deeply fulfilling and meditative in a way. Sometimes I clean in that state of giving to my house, caring for it, and in return I feel it caring for me. I noticed that my idea of the world is becoming more and more which was definitely a new mindset for me, because the outside world always seemed very scary and not welcoming. So through this practice I actually changed my worldview a lot and increased my enjoyment of life. You never know how those little acts of service will affect you, and counterintuitively it actually enriches you instead of you just wasting your energy on things. But yeah, don't take my word for it, try it yourself. I get these chairs off of Facebook Marketplace, and aren't they like super cute? I'm so happy with them. Nothing better than a good find on a Facebook Marketplace. And of course, now that I know that cleaning my space regularly is essential to my well-being, my peace, and my productivity, decluttering has become a non-negotiable. And it has been a slow process of just shedding layer by layer, assessing what I need, and then coming back to it, and the new insights come. It's not something I try to rush too much. I definitely think that I have more things that I would want to and then I would need, but I definitely want to reduce the amount of clutter I have when it comes to clothing. Definitely I am on my journey of creating a wardrobe that really serves me, and it's actually been a very fun process. If you're interested in more of like a closet declutter and finding personal style video, this is definitely something that I could go more in depth with, because I do love style. I love expressing myself through clothing. If you feel overwhelmed cleaning and it's something that is just so that feels like such a gigantic task that is overwhelming, maybe you could also assess how much do you have to clean. Maybe you do have way too many things that then you're able to maintain. That was definitely my case. I assessed my belongings and it was way too much, especially for my desire of feeling lighter and my place being clean. Nowadays I'm all about living a fuller life, and the things that I have to bring either joy into it or be really helpful in living that fuller life. So I'm definitely being much more selective than I used to. And this is where another yogic virtue has really been helpful in letting go of this physical clutter, and it's called non-attachment. And this virtue, being my teacher and using it as a guide, surprisingly has brought a lot of emotional lightness. There's certain freedom in realizing I don't need this to feel whole. Things you own end up owning you. Whew. That was an intense one. I'm starting to see the beauty in the care itself, not just the result. There's something healing about taking care of your space and taking that time to clean it. Something that I love now. It's an opportunity to slow down to the real pace and kind of give to your space so it could nourish you back. In a way, cleaning is not just about neatness. It's about giving clarity and aligning with a higher sense of peace. pretty beautiful, right? I would love to know what your relationship was like with cleaning. If this is something that you really enjoy and you set up your own vibes, or if this is something that you're still dreading and can't really find a way to enjoy it. And yeah, if you're doing anything spring cleaning related, even if it's just wiping down your yoga mat, it was a pleasure cleaning with you. Thank you so much for joining me. Now I feel good and relaxed, tired, and I think it's time to wash myself because I am so dusty. Yep, that's what I'm gonna do. And then a nice stretchy yoga session. Yeah, I feel a little stiff, a little stiff. Thank you so much for joining me, and I hope to see you soon.